Hi guys! Today at HBK Vegan Way, we are cooking red snapper, which is one of my favorite fish. So remember, I am transitioning into being vegan before everybody start commenting, like, and share, calling me a hypocrite. I really don't care, but I like to give people the correct information. A couple times a month, I do still eat fish. By the end of the year, I will be completely vegan. I still don't eat no dairy, no cheese, or nothing like that. And I also watch my carbs. So today, again, we cooking red snapper. It's a good fish. And we're also cooking sweet potatoes. One day I was craving for potatoes, smothered potatoes, and I said, oh, well, let's do it sweet so we can have less carb. And I started making it with apples, onions, sweet potatoes. So everything you do with regular potatoes, the seasoning and everything, you just sprinkle a little cinnamon and a little brown sugar addition to it, and it come out really, really great, and it's really good. And actually, it tastes like yams, but it's a lot more healthier because you don't put too much sugar, too much butter, or nothing like that. So this would be a great dish. So guys, I will see you on the seg when I start cooking. I'm about to prep right now. See you in the seg. Thank you. So guys, we are prepping them sweet potatoes, and we're going to cut up the apple and the onions and stuff, and I'll be right back to let you guys see me season the fish. Hi guys. So still cutting potatoes. I cut them like I would if I was cutting smoking potatoes. Like 2 inches thick or whatever. Be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. So now we're prepping for the red snapper. So red snapper and perch is a little fishy to me. So I always squeeze this. I got 3 pieces, 3 slices of fresh lemon juice on top of it. That's just something that I do. On each slice, rub it on the other side. This is just me. I'm not a chef, but at HBK I am. There's no rules to cooking. No recipe, no rules. Supposed to tweak it, make it your own. Okay, so after I do that, I like to spray olive oil on top of it. So we're going to do olive oil spray. The reason why I do this is because I like to soak it in the fish. I normally do this only when I'm doing baked fish. But I'm doing this so all the ribs and everything, I can massage it in. So you put a little oil on it so you can massage it in. So remember, when I cook, salt is always the last thing that I use. Actually, I'm not using salt today because Obey has salt in it. So anything with salt in it, you put on first and you massage it. So the season we're using today is going to be Obey. Obey is a seafood season. It brings out the flavor in anything seafood. That look like that's a lot, but it's not because I'm massaging it in. You guys can make all the comments you guys want or any questions in the comment section. So I put salt on one side of the fish. I don't do it on the other side. And that's just me for health reasons. But when you seasoning food, it's to your liking. This is garlic powder. Remember, it's to your liking. And I suggest you don't use salt on fish because the average African American person is going to use some type of hot sauce or something. Salt is in there. So I always try to eat as healthy as possible. We're going to fry this fish. I also make this baked, but I love it so much better when it's fried. And I'm going to make this again in my cookbook. We're going to flip that over. This is smoked paprika. I love smoked paprika. I just love the flavor. It's not as dry as the other paprika. Probably should have used some sweet paprika, but it's okay. I keep smiling because when I look back at my videos, when I smile, I look slow or angry. Then when I do smile, I look retarded. Whatever. So that's Mrs. Dash, and I always use Mrs. Dash. It's always my go-to season because it has a lot of different herbs and spices in it, and it has no salt. And it's really a good seasoning, a staple for people that's new to cooking. I'm not. I'm 49, and I literally been cooking The first time I made a full meal, I was 8 years old. So I've literally been cooking for 41 years. My mother used to work midnights. She was working, I think she might have been a bartender or a cocktail server or something. Anyway, she's working at a bar, and she would always prepare food, like prep it and put it in the refrigerator. And then one day we were starving. So I called my grandmother because she had everything prepped, the bacon and stuff like that. I called my grandma 100 times. She told me what to do. My mother woke up and everything was done. And that's when the cooking started. I didn't even realize that I started the BS because then she started saying, go peel them potatoes. Go boil that water. Go cut that chicken. For real. So that was the beginning of H.B.K. So we're going to flip it on the other side. I don't put the same seasons on every side. This look like a lot of seasons, but once you add the flour and the flour and the cornmeal, it'll be a salty. So I am going to prep my flouring or whatever. We're gonna let this sit for a minute, and we're gonna start on the sweet potatoes. Because fish doesn't take that long. So we're gonna start frying this when the potatoes is halfway done. See you in a sec. Okay, guys, we're going to start on the potatoes. The skillet is hot. We're going to use olive oil. Red onions. I love red onions. That's a staple in my house. Red onions. Remember, these are smothered sweet potatoes. I put the potatoes in there because I want the potatoes to have like a fried taste to them. So remember, these are smothered sweet potatoes. So whatever you would do to regular potatoes, just act like you're making regular sweet potatoes. Okay? It's the same concept. Turn the fire down. You wait to put the apples in. More oil. So normally I'd say, wait to put the salt in it. I'm putting salt in this because I want to bring out the sweet flavor. And when you're making some salt and sweet, the salt brings out the sweet flavor. I always use Himalaya salt. So we're going to act like we're doing regular potatoes. We did salt, pepper, we're seasoning our food. I always cook with my hands. So act like these are regular white potatoes. Once all the flavors come together, you're not going to taste that. Regular white potatoes, remember? Garlic powder. So you see sweet potatoes, but you season it the same stuff. You turn the fire down because you don't want them to fry quick. A little more drizzle. You're also going to add vegan butter to this. I think I'm going to turn that air on. I'm getting hot. The heat is on medium high. We're cooking for 3 minutes. We're gonna let this cook for about 15 minutes. Then you're gonna see me put the apples in, probably about 10 minutes. So we're gonna let the sweet potatoes cook. Actually, I'm gonna put the apples in now. I use Granny Smith apples if you want it to be a little sweeter. You can use sweeter apples. Couple tablespoons of butter, vegan butter, and I'll be right back. It's gonna cook for about 12 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back. So we sprinkling a little cinnamon, just to bring out the flavor of the sweet potatoes, just a little bit, and we'll do the brown sugar last. Yeah, so we're about to start with the fish, so we're gonna cut it. I try to cut each slice in about 3 pieces. I had 3 big pieces, so I got 9 pieces. So I'm gonna have to see you watch me make the mixture. I make my own cornmeal. So I use Bob's Red Mill cornmeal. This is medium. Get the grease hot. So I just want you to see what I'm doing, then I'm gonna pause the video. You know how I do. That's why we're gonna blow up. We're gonna have a whole edit real soon. Yeah, I'm like, damn, I should have. Watch, don't even worry about it. Just the beginning of production. So I use half and half of the cornmeal. Lord, please let my husband be 6'3", okay? And I put flour in there. I'll do half and half. I'm gonna do a scoop because a good friend of mine, Sarah Grace, said I use my hands too much. She don't know I'm part African. Not trying to offend anybody. I love anybody from the islands. Actually, my father's side of the family from Trinidad. So when I do the mixture half and half, I add season to it. Remember, we had salt. So we're not going to put no more salt. We're going to put pepper in here, so some of the seasons won't fall off. Okay. Ooh, that was too much seasoning. Wow. Okay, that's what we ain't gonna do. Okay, and we're gonna freak it out with a little chili lime. The grease is hot. Remember when you cooking fish, your grease will always be hot. So I always heat the skillet first. That's just what I do. So we put the seasoning here, we mix it all together, then we start putting the fish in. I'll come back when I start frying it. So you just see me put the brown sugar on there and the cinnamon. We still cooking them. Remember these smothered sweet potatoes? We got apple, cinnamon. This is to your liking. And I used 2 large potatoes. I probably should have used a few more. Okay, the grease is getting hot. We already made the flour mixture. It's cornmeal, half flour. I put Old Bay seasoning in it. I put chili lime seasoning in it. Black pepper in it. The same seasons that I put on the fish. Grease is getting hot. The grease ain't hot enough for me. So we're gonna put the fish in. The grease that got hot. Sweet potatoes are still cooking. Thank you, friend. Baby, I'm just big. Now you see where I'm moving? Kitchen ain't big enough. See that? Ooh, that look good. That red snapper. I know. I really need to quit complaining. These sweet potatoes look really good, y'all. Some other sweet potatoes. Look at that. We have red onions for people that just joining. Brown sugar, red and onion, cinnamon, apples, garlic powder, pepper. Yum. And we frying red snapper. So we're gonna let all this cook. And I'll be back for the final product. Thank you guys. Okay guys, I'm back. This is the final project. We have smothered sweet potatoes. We have onions, apples, brown sugar, garlic powder, black pepper, Himalaya salt, vegan butter, and we have red snapper fish. This is my sister's plate. You want some hot sauce, sister?
Yes, I do.
Hot sauce on her food. That's how us soul sisters like it. Have a great day. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel so your girl can blow up. Thank you guys.